Mr. Mayor, you acknowledged a few people that this issue has been a very difficult one for all the folks on it. Very important issue to not only Sault Ste. Marie, but an important issue to all of Northern Ontario, all of the communities along the line from Sault Ste. Marie to Sudbury, including the city of Sudbury. And it took a lot of work from a lot of people. And you have my report that I've presented, and I won't go through it because I've asked Bill to do a PowerPoint presentation. The ask from Council this evening is set out. There are 5 separate points that need to be covered this evening. I want to acknowledge we have both representatives of FedNor and representatives of the Ministry of Northern Development and Mines here, staff people, who've worked very hard and at a pace that in all my time on municipal council I have not seen before because of the sense of urgency that was attached to this. And I want to acknowledge the work of Tom Dodds and Tom Marcolini in helping us to put together the approaches that were required. You have in your package attached to my report letters that have been written by the 2 ministers, one from the federal government and one from the provincial government. And you will see in my report that while the money is not in the bank, there is commitment from the staff who have vetted our applications and who see no problems whatsoever with what is being asked for from both levels of government in terms of participation. You also have the support from the most senior officials, the ministers of the Crown, from both levels of government. There's a process in between that we cannot bypass, but with the assurances at both the bottom and the top end of the process, there is very little reason to doubt that Sault Ste. Marie will receive the support that we've asked for. That, based on conversations that the mayor has had and the mayor of Sudbury as well with the ministers, leaves us very comfortable that what we're asking you to become involved in, though not 100% guaranteed, certainly you should have a comfort level, as does staff, that this is the right thing to do today. Mario Bro from Huron Central has been very cooperative. He is anxious to do whatever it is he can. However, he answers to a much larger corporate structure in the United States that had already agreed to write down the assets and undo the rail operation here in the Sault Ste. Marie area. And so it took a leap of faith and a visit by the delegation to Montreal to have him listening to a proposition that might open the door for us to see the rail operation continue. So what you have in front of you is we were on the telephone as recently as 15 minutes ago with lawyers from the United States as well as from Canada and officials of SR and officials of Huron Central working on what is known as a term sheet. It's basically the structure for an agreement to follow. That'll be crafted hopefully within the next 60 days. There is a confidentiality requirement attached to that. The businesses that are involved, all of the businesses that are involved with the city, have insisted that their business is their business, and that the information, or some of the information disclosed in there, it would be improper to disclose. And so all have signed that. But the essence of the agreement will be described to you by Bill in his presentation. And speaking of Bill, I make particular note of Bill's efforts in this. I don't think the city's participation and leadership in this, in fact, could have been shown had it not been for Bill's knowledge from his multimodal days and his multimodal involvement. And Bill has been an excellent asset in keeping this process going. So I'll probably have some more comments to make after Bill's presentation, and there are any number of people here who are prepared to answer questions from the federal government, the provincial government, from SR Steel, Bill and myself on behalf of Process and the city's position. But This is the best deal that we can offer to you. It's a deal that gives us the 1-year operating arrangement that we need to put together a long-term solution to this. And the larger group, which includes other communities and other industry, have been made aware of this. They authorized a working group. The working group, basically, aside from Domtar representatives, are here this evening, and this is a deal that we think is reasonable to give us that 1 year to work on the long-term solution, which is important, not just to Sault Ste. Marie, not just to SR, but to a whole lot of communities and a whole lot of industries in those communities between here and including Sudbury.